Hey guys, how you doing? Mowers and Blowers here again. It's March 5th or 6th, one of those things. I can't keep track. Anyway, so we just got done with that nor'easter, but it didn't drop any snow. It was just like rain and wind and all that. And then 3 days later, they're saying we're going to get 9 to 12 inches of snow. And this is all when I thought we were all done, you know. Anyway, so my next door neighbor was outside this morning, and I asked her, I said, hey, you ready for the snow? And she goes, no, my snowblower doesn't work. And I says, that new one you just got? She's like, yeah, it doesn't work. I says, well, I'll go take a look at it for you. She goes, would you? Oh my God, that would be awesome. So, you know, being the neighborly guy that I am, I dragged it out of her shed, and here it is. It's in good shape, man. It's a 5.5 Tecumseh Snow King. Has electric start. It's a 24. Yeah, it's a 24. She hardly used it. I've seen her use it a few times, but it never seemed to work well for her, you know. She always had problems with it. But as you guys can see, it's pretty new. It's missing the shovel and stuff like that, but you can just tell. Look at the tires. Look at the frame itself. There's no rust. Maybe a little bit of dirt and stuff, but relatively clean. The muffler too, it's a good sign that hasn't been used much. Anyway, I just put some gas in it, and she said it starts but then stalls right away. So it's just a carb clean from what she's just telling me. So I'm gonna try to start this up with the electric start first. So I plugged in the garden extension. Give it a couple of primes. That's maybe too much. Full throttle. Let's give it a push. Yep, so you guys know what that is, right? It only runs on choke, so means that the fuel jet is clogged. I could do a quick and dirty, just flip it on its face like this, right? And then you have somewhat easy access, not really, to the float bowl. I could just remove the float bowl, clean the jets, but if you want to do it right, you got to take the carburetor off. So that means that that screw there, those two screws over here for the heater box, and then take off the intake manifold and the linkage, the fuel line, and take it apart, and that ought to do it. I'm going to try this out. So I removed the heater box and the carburetor. As you can see, clamped off the fuel line. Here's the breather tube. Not the breather tube, the primer hose. Linkage is hanging. Make sure you take a picture of it when you remove it so you know which hole it goes into. And on this, most of them, it's the middle one to the right there. Anyway, so I took it apart. That's the carburetor. Took the float bowl off, and this stuff came out of it. This was what was blocking the jets, and the bowl itself has some sediment on there and debris, and this is what was being sucked into this canal here that the fuel goes into the carburetor. So it was starving for fuel, which is why it only runs on full choke. It needs as much air as possible, see? And then for a while, it actually didn't run on choke at all. It just wouldn't run. So that's the problem, is that it was all clogged in there with the sediment as it was sucking it up. So basically, some carburetor cleaner shooting out all the holes, and cleaning out that bowl, and everything should be good. The jet bowl nut actually is pretty clean. You can see through it, you see? So it's not clogged. But yeah, I'm gonna get to this in a bit, and we'll see if we can get her issue solved relatively quickly. Carburetor's now nice and squeaky clean. Gasket was a little dry, so I put some WD-40 on a rag and just went around it so that it's nice and rubbery, so that it'll seal well. Had like sawdust all over it and stuff. And that's pretty clean. And used a metal bristle brush and did the sides. And actually, I looked more, and that bowl nut actually was, it wasn't blocked at that hole, but it had some residue in this hole. So I took a pin and stuck it in there, and now it's nice and clear. So that was the problem. You know, this was blocked. A lot of sediment inside the bowl, you know. So it's nice and clean now. I blew out all the holes, and I'm gonna put it back on there. So I just put the carburetor back and started up with the electric start. Started up great, no leaks. That gasket could be changed, but in the future, but it doesn't seem to be leaking now. But I'm trying to pull start it. Nice. Anyway, that was cool. Anyway, I fixed my neighbor's Craftsman 5.5 24 right before the big storm's coming. I'm such a good neighbor. See you guys next time on Mowers and